justify what he's done at all.
Yeah, I know.
He's definitely done something wrong, but I think I don't know if we're just assuming that he's the only one that we're trying to, because he definitely doesn't deserve to be the only one that is uncle.
Well, yeah, I agree. He definitely doesn't need to.
What were the punishments for if Christopher Columbus told them to do something and they didn't listen? And what were their punishments?
That's a good question.
The punishments regularly would be a certain death, like hanging. They got shot, probably fed to sharks. Something horrible.
Labor.
And of course, labor is also another thing. Another thing that's also, which I say is like probably the worst, is pretty much being abandoned as well. And then that's one thing everyone fears, is just like this being alone in a place that you're not familiar with. And for other punishments we also listed, I'm not going to mention them, they're also very harsh. Very harsh, very cruel. It scared whoever heard didn't do listening to doing what Christopher said.
And also, one of the bigger things is that he took slaves back to Spain. He took people back to Spain and enslaved them for doing small things too. It wasn't like they did a big thing. Like, he took them and just said, okay, you're mine now, and you're going to become someone else once we get back.
And we're heading into final statements, so those of you who haven't spoken
What would happen to the people who were working on the ship? What were their punishments if they didn't follow? Was he a good leader, or was he bad?
Deshaun, let someone else.
Jackson? I'll say
yes. Thank you. Okay, so this may or may not be relevant, but from the time I was little, I learned that Christopher Columbus was the first one to discover America, but from what we've learned in the trial so far, apparently he wasn't, because there was already people there. So I'm saying, like, I know, like, for the people who are defending him, the defendants, right? Yeah. So, yeah, defense. So for them, they're trying to say that he's innocent, but if I was lied to since I was little and said to that he was the first one to find it, what's saying that they're not lying about him being innocent?
Joseph Craig, you haven't spoken at all.
He's on the outside.
I'm not allowed.
Okay, so I find him guilty because he was a leader, and basically, like Justine said, his people were like basically following what he was doing, but then again, he was following orders from Queen Isabella and Pope, and I kind of feel like he was just doing everything for the gold in his own life, so he wasn't really thinking of what he was doing. And yeah, that's it.
He wasn't forced. You said he was following orders from the Queen, but that is true. But he didn't have to rape and kill all those people. He didn't have to kill people for that. He didn't have to tell his men to kill people.
I really think he did, because she even told him if he didn't do what he needed to do, like he'll come back, or like I remember he said, like, I think he would be killed or something like that. So when you're in desperate times like that, you're gonna do whatever you have to do to get what you need to go back. Because then, pretty much, if he didn't succeed, his crew would probably like end up turning on him because like they think he's a crappy leader and he doesn't come after them or anything. And then if he like still didn't succeed, like people would go back and probably tell the Queen or whatever, and then he'd get in more trouble, probably die. So it's like a desperate man trying to do anything.
So, didn't they say if he basically didn't follow the? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, finish your thing.
You didn't go. Go ahead.
Finish your thing.
Go ahead.
Alright. Well, it seems like it's all coming back to Queen Elizabeth. Like, yeah, Christopher Columbus followed through with her orders, but it was her choice to give the orders to him. And like, she should have just told him, like, you know, go. If you find gold, great. If you don't, you found some new land. It's ours now. But instead, she like told me to convert people and like take gold back and stuff like that. So.
But she stated that she didn't tell him to kill.
She didn't say he can't go.
But she enforced the palpable.
Yeah, and the palpable says that
It was basically left in his hands.
yeah, like the palpable says if they don't follow through with what you tell them to do, like if they don't convert, you can kill them. Yes, she didn't say he had to kill, but Jesus had the power bowl, so that is implied.
That's what like he felt that was necessary to like prove his point because like they didn't know what was going on. So like if I see like let's say Ty had to be converted like to being Jewish or something, and he didn't want to convert, he was just being stubborn, and they killed him just because he wouldn't do that. I would just
converted.
Yeah.
But they didn't understand that what they were saying, so they didn't know that he was trying to
Yeah, so
convert
really
them.
was
Exactly.
his fault.
I think Christopher Gomez should be tried as being stupid because like he's telling people to like convert in his own language
But
to people that don't.
He also doesn't know that they don't speak that language. Like it's a language barrier. So like, as you know, like you're Spanish and like you know people that only speak Spanish. Like, if you don't speak the language, then nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe teach them Spanish and then try and convert them instead of just trying to convert them before they know anything. Like, you know.
But wouldn't that be a waste of time trying to teach them a language
No, because-
and then doing?
Because then they can be translators for you, even if they don't want to convert. They're still translators for you, and other people might want to convert to your
But
religion.
you also have to understand too. We're not talking about like this being yesterday in modern day. We're talking about this being
600 years ago.
hundreds of years ago,
Yeah.
and